This next match is 3 rounds of 5 minutes in a 1 atomweight World Grand Prix quarterfinal. This match is presented to you by Holcim. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, she is the number 5 atomweight contender, standing at 157 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 23 wins and 8 losses. Training out of Team Mad, representing South Korea. Please welcome Hamtang So Hee And introducing her opponent out of the red corner, she is the number 1 atomweight contender, standing at 158 centimeters tall, holding a perfect mixed martial arts record of 8 wins and no losses. Training out of Marak Force, representing the Philippines. Introducing Denise Lincoln Queen Zaンボアンガ. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Mohammed Sulaiman.
Athletes, to the center, please. Go for understand the rules. Let's keep this clean, keep it active. Obey my instructions at all times. Touch gloves if you want, back to your corner.
So Hee Ham, the best atomweight outside of 1, finally makes her global debut. And her first test against the number 1 atomweight contender, Denise Zaンボアンガ, in the biggest women's tournament ever. For the 4th spot, the final spot in the semi-final round, to join Stan Fairtex, Itsuki Arata, and Ritu Folgat. Southpaw stance here for Saw. Saw a good lead hand early from the Korean. She's in the yellow, Zaんボアンガin the black. Zaんボアンガ, a big point to prove here. Saw Hee Ham almost with her comments looking past Denise Zaんボアンガ. Long reach on those arms of Saw Hee Ham. Zaんボアンガsetting the right hand perhaps. On the outside here, Denise. Neither pulling the trigger yet. 1 minute down. There it is, the right hand of the clinch from Denise Zaんボアンガ. Backs up Saw Hee Ham. Is this the start you expected, Mitch?
Yeah, this is what Zaんボアンガneeds to do. She does not want to stand there and trade shots with Ham. Ham's got a brilliant left hand, and she landed it early. Now, Denise is leaning on that wrestling, got that body lock, looking to take Ham down and put her on her back. This is where Denise is a threat. She's got that body lock. Let's see what she can do inside the clinch. This is how Ham has had difficulty in the past. She gets worn out up against the wall and really gets beat on inside that clinch, and Denise is taking her to that.
Knee there from Zaんボアンガoff the right leg. Curls the right hand to the side of the jaw. Nicely done from Zaんボアンガ. Don't forget, folks, you can matchmake the semi-finals. It's up to you. Our matchmakers are going to take a break. For the first time ever, fans will decide the semi-final fights. Go to onefc.com/vote. Register now. After the show, make your vote. It's all up to you. Perhaps you're already thinking Ritu Folgat versus Stan Fairtex, or Ritu Folgat versus Itsuki Arata, or Stan versus Harata. Nice knees there from Zaんボアンガ. Trying to drop down levels here, Dragon.
Nice clinch position here showcased by Zaんボアンガ. She's trying to wear out Ham, trying to hang on those arms, take away a little bit of that power of Ham. You can see Zaんボアンガis trying to change levels now, attacking the legs, got her hand clasped. Might be able to take. Nope. Ham separated the hands. Good job separating the legs. Denise transitions to a single leg, desperately trying to get this match to the canvas. Let's see if Ham's defense holds up so far. Good job, good balance showcased by Ham. Now she's trying to pry into the clinch. You can just see how tight Denise is trying to stay. I'd like to see Denise maybe try a trip, or at least maybe separate a little bit, do a little bit of possibly striking, maybe with the elbows. I like the knees coming. She's got to change this up. I'm surprised the referee hasn't broken this up yet, but she's being active.
Let's go.
And that amazing announcement by Chatri Sitchatong last night at the face-offs that we would Ham be matchmaking for the semi-finals to the fans. Well, we took the brackets out, and now we already have 3 women through who do not know who they are going to fight in the semi-finals. That is amazing. They will have to wait for the fan vote to be tallied to decide their fate. Knees again from Zaanbo Anga.
1 minute left.
This is a very important position right here. This is a taxing position. This is one of the hardest positions inside mixed martial arts. You can see every little movement that they're making. Ham needs to create separation here. She's also burning a lot of energy being in this position by attempting these things. You know, Ham's an experienced veteran. All she has to really do is keep her legs separated and then keep that overhook to stop Denise from really changing levels and attacking those legs. But this is how Ham has been worn out in the past. This is how people have found that path to victory. Bigger athletes pressing her up against the wall, doing damage, and wearing on her. But we got to wonder about the gas take of Zaanbo Anga. Drops down for the double leg, transitions to a high crotch. You can see the whizzer on the right side of Ham. Good defense to pry her back up and keep her from attacking those legs. Let's see if Denise can get a takedown here in the last few seconds. Oh, she does, and gets control of the hips. Great way to end the round.
Let us know your thoughts, folks, wherever you're watching around the world at One Championship across all your social media platforms. From inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium, quarterfinal number 4 of the Atomweight World Grand Prix. And still to come, our main event for the strawweight world title, Nan against Michelle Nicolini. The end swell being applied over the right eye of Denise Zaanbo Anga. A little bit of damage. Nothing to worry about, though, for Zaanbo Anga. The end swell, that small piece of metal they use to apply pressure to an injury. It reduces the swelling, usually made of stainless steel, kept cool in ice water. Sometimes with a hollow chamber, actually, to hold water filled with ice. Second round, we are scoring as an overall contest and not round by round. Nice right hand. Zaanbo Anga, public enemy number 1 of a southpaw, is the straight right cross. And Ham leaned into that right hand.
Like those shots thrown by Ham.
And a nice short right hand. Roby here, who's going to strike first? It was Ham who went for it. Tried the body of Zaanbo Anga.
Yeah, Zaanbo Anga needs to get in tight. She had success inside that clinch and was able to wear on Ham. She needs to get tight again. I like the addition of the kicks, though. Adding in something different to throw at Ham. Ham needs to keep that separation. She needs to find a way to get separation if she gets pressed up against the wall again. Because I'd expect Denise to get back into that position, or at least try to get back into that position, probably right around the 3-minute mark of this, the 8-minute mark of this match.
You've got to wonder what's going through the mind of Angela Lee right now, the world's champion, after Zaanbo Anga spoke so much smack about Angela Lee. And of course, the main event still to come, the strawweight world title, Nan and Michelle Nicolini up next. Misses with a hook to Zaanbo Anga, circles off to her left. Saw he Ham. The way that she approached the media this week was almost like she expected to walk through this tournament. Saw he Ham. so confident? Was it overconfident? Has she underestimated Denise Zamba Anga? Nice left down the corridor there from Saw Hee Ham. Denise didn't throw the right hand. The opening was there.
Yeah, I like this Ham pressing Denise up against the wall because she's having difficulty with the range. You can see she has to lunge forward to throw that left hand. And that's really the only thing she's throwing is she's trying to kind of headhunt with that big left hand of hers. Good takedown defense so far. Let's see if Denise can chain. Nope, chooses to let it go after the heavy sprawl coming from Ham. Saw Hee Ham's got really good takedown defense. She's good in the open. Nice takedown landed by Denise. Oh. Look at that, she triangles the legs, and she's gonna try to suck the hips away and maybe get the Ham's back off of the wall so she can start to advance this position. Yep, there's the circle. Let's see if Ham can slide her legs out. Ham needs to get her legs out between. There's one. And now she's able to work her way back up, but she's in that same position of being pressed up against the wall right now. This is a bad spot for Ham. Denise had control pretty much of the entire match from this, or at least from the first round, the first 3 to 5 minutes or so. This is what we saw. Ham needs to create separation here. She needs to start to turn the corner. She needs to have some urgency because that's a couple of takedowns landed by Denise and a little bit of ground pound and strikes. Looks like she's complaining of strikes to the back of the head.
Nice crossing elbow there from Zamba Anga. 120 remains, second of 3. Such evenly matched quarterfinals. We haven't seen a finish yet. With Hirata Folgart already through, and also Stan Fairtex. Near to the inside thigh there from Zamba Anga. Heel strike from Ham, and another one looking for that gastrocnemius muscle. Knee to the midsection from Zamba Anga. Crossing elbow, Zamba Anga, nicely done. Short pivot, quick torque of the hips. Trying to drill the point of the elbow to the orbital. Saw Hee Ham is going to have a lot more respect for Denise Zamba Anga after tonight. And again, those heels to the back of the calf there from Ham. She glances towards the corner, wipes the sweat from her brow. Overhand right from Zamba Anga. Double jab. Double jab again. There's the right hand to the top of the noggin from Zamba Anga.
10 seconds.
Jab and a counter to end the round from Saw Hee Ham.
Another impressive round coming from Zamba Anga. You know, Ham has success like that. She comes forward in these final 5 minutes. There needs to be a whole lot of urgency behind Saw Hee Ham. She needs to stop these things. She needs to stop these takedowns. And really, because you can see, Denise puts everything into this because there is some success that Ham is having in the open, but when she gets pressed up against the wall, she has to start pummeling. She kind of just gets stuck in that position, and she looks like a scarecrow up against the wall. She has to move. She has to start digging for underhooks and start to move, start to redirect the head of Zamba Anga to get off of the wall because she's just kind of staying there.
Some real damage over the right eye of Zamba Anga. It's beginning to swell. We saw it between rounds.
Let's go.
Third and final for the last place in the semi-finals of the one atomweight World Grand Prix. Will it be Zamba Anga? Will it be Saw Hee Ham? Fakes early from Zamba Anga. And she pulled the trigger on the right hand. There's the left down the corridor from Ham.
Go!
Can Ham go after that right eye? She does indeed with that beautiful power off the left hand out of southpaw stance.
I think if Ham can land some significant shots here and do some damage with that left hand, she might be able to start moving forward in the scoring. Because Denise, a nice little head kick landed though by Denise. Denise usually do more of that. That was good, but I think she's gonna choose to shoot a takedown or at least work her way into that clinch position and press her up against the wall, because the referee's letting her work from that. She's letting her to press her up against the wall, land little short strikes, and keep Ham up against that wall. But that's been the recipe to beat Ham in the past, and it looks like Zamboanga is following it to a T. It's a smart strategy by Zamboanga because she's taking minimal damage, and she can move on in the tournament if she is successful here tonight. But Ham needs to let those hands go. She doesn't have much time left here to play around.
Nice left hand there from Saw He Ham. Mitch, if Ham does go through to the semi-finals, who would you match her up against?
Oh, that's a tough contest right there. We've got two grapplers already in there in Hirata and Bogat. That sounds interesting, but then you've got Stamp. I wouldn't mind seeing the strikers go at it and then the two grapplers going at it. But, or you could go striker versus grappler. There's so many choices that the One Championship fans have to make these semifinal matchups. But the final piece of the puzzle is right here in front of us, Michael. This is a very important contest because Ham still has a chance with that massive left hand of hers.
Do you understand, folks, the troubles I go through with Dragon Mitchelson? I ask for a simple, straight answer. I don't get one. What if Zamboanga goes through, Dragon? Who would you like to see Zamboanga face in the semi-finals? Give me an answer. Give me a name.
I wouldn't mind seeing Zamboanga go up against Ritu. I think that would be a very interesting matchup. I think Zamboanga's wrestling is really starting to shine in this match right now because Ham, man, Ham is a veteran. You know, Ham's got a lot of matches under her belt, and we're seeing that Denise is as well-rounded as we talked about in the walk. It looks like that could have been the head clash. Was that a head clash? It was the way
it looks like it might have been the end swell straight back on that hematoma. Now, folks, once again, don't forget you are going to be the matchmaker for the semi-finals. That's why I'm asking Mitch who he would match them against. You can go online, onefc.com/vote, register, and after the show, make your vote. There's a cut that's opened up for that.
But that wasn't Ham's fault.
The hairline of Zamboanga.
That was Zamboanga coming forward with her head. I think because Ham was the one that was rushing
Mitch, if
forward.
Ham turns here, you'll see a, there's a hematoma to the side of eye. You see there on Ham, a hematoma is swelling to the side of her left eye. She's still full of smiles. And
did you see that little grin? She's like, yeah, that's that guy one. It's okay. But Denise definitely suffered the worst of that.
All right, Dragon. We're gonna play matchmaker again because it's so much fun. I'd like to see Stamp Fairtex take on the winner of this one. And I want to see Ritu Folgut and Itsuki Urata.
I think that is actually really interesting because of the grappling prowess of both those two. Look at that. You can see the way Denise came under, but Ham came in too. We saw pretty much all match Ham coming forward with that big left hand, and then Zamboanga ducked in and came forward too, and they just clashed heads. Let's take one more look at it. Yeah, you can see Denise, it looked like she was going to a right hand to a double leg, dropped her head down, and they just came together. Now, this is interesting, right? Because we're way past the halfway point. So if it does get stopped by the referee, you know, they're gonna probably end up going to the judges' scorecards. So it's not gonna be issued as an illegal foul, so most likely they would go to the judges' scorecards at this point in time. But don't forget about the alternate too, Michael. Remember? If Zamboanga is ahead at this point.
I know the old. Yeah, that's true, Mitch. That is very true. Good point. As we said, the alternate bout can always play a major factor in these situations. If you missed it earlier on, folks, Julie Metsababa defeating Mei Yamaguchi. The Brazilian Julie Metsababa is the alternate for the Grand Prix. But at the moment, we've got Stamp Fairtex, Ritu Folgut, Itsuki Urata, and you will be the matchmakers. Mitch, take another look here at what happened.
Yeah, we could see pretty much all match, the way that they were coming forward. Look at this. Zamboanga ducks underneath, clashes with the heads right as Ham was throwing that left hand. It was, you know, just kind of created the perfect storm of the head collisions. They were both coming forward. Nobody was at fault. They didn't mean to do those kind of things. They just happen in the sport, and just whoever kind of has the worst end is the one that suffers the cut, and it was Zambo Anga in this instance. Looks like Doc Warren is taking a look at that cut, seeing if she's able to continue. I think it was right above the eye, like right at the eyebrow line. You can see, because my eyes are slowly shutting over time, that I've suffered a lot of those cuts, and the blood has a tendency to flow right into the eye to obscure the vision. So it's a very important cut, and the referee has to make sure that the athlete is okay to continue, because fighter safety is our #1 concern.
Saw Ham back and forth, touching their own hematoma. Doesn't seem to be bothering her, but it's a nice little souvenir. But can Zambo Anga go on here? That's the question. In semi-final, well, if it goes out of the judges, Mitch, I'll put you on the spot again. No sitting on the fence. Who's got it?
I would probably give the points right now to Zambo Anga, just because of the takedowns, the control she had up against the wall. You know, Ham didn't really land anything significant, so I think I'm going to get off the fence and say Zambo Anga's ahead at this point. But you got to remember that these type of injuries are very common when you have conventional and southpaw fighters, because of the way their feet are aligned and their heads come together.
Let's go!
But Denise is ready to go. Let's do it.
Zambo Anga back in action. Here she comes, Denise Zambo Anga, house on fire. Double leg takedown attempt from Zambo Anga. Boom! Shakalaka, beautifully done. She's come out all guns blazing, Zambo Anga, with 2 minutes remaining in the final round. Fourth spot in the semi-finals up for grabs, and Denise Zambo Anga trying to bully Saw Ham inside the guard of the Korean. Oh, Mitch, it's on now. It is on now.
That's how you do it. Right after the doctors stop the matchup for a second, you got to come right back out and get right back into control, because it was close at that point, but Zambo Anga puts the points on the board with the big takedown, and I would expect her not to do anything too dangerous or risky at this point in time and just slow down Ham and beat on her, because she knows if she gives Ham the opportunity that she's going to start opening up with those elbows, those short-range shots, and try to attack that cut. Because right now, Denise is looking real strong on top. Ham's got to open up her guard and start moving. She's got 60 seconds to really do something big, and she's not going to do it inside the closed guard.
1 minute, let's go!
Zambo Anga trying to derail the hype of Saw Ham, trying to prove she's the deserved #1 contender, trying to prove she's the woman to go after Angela Lee, to hunt after the queen, to challenge for the crown. 40 seconds remains now. Will it be Zambo Anga to claim the fourth and final spot in the semi-final?
30 seconds.
Let's go, last 30 seconds.
Inside the closed guard of Saw Ham. Zambo Anga trying to stay busy. Saw Ham trying to lock her down. 15 seconds now. Zambo Anga's rallied back from that head clash that opened her up earlier. We are going down to the judges yet again. Folks, let us know your thoughts at One Championship across all your social media platforms. What a warrior, though, Dragon, Denise Zambo Anga.
Yeah, Zambo Anga, man, she utilized all the different skills here in this match tonight, was able to shut down the striking of Ham and really look impressive, especially with these 3 big takedowns. She was able to score a takedown in each one of the rounds, but that third one was just the most impressive. Immediately shot in, got that double leg, picked her up, put her down, and then just held her there, keeping herself safe, out of danger, and doing a lot of good work with the ground and pound. Interesting quarterfinal set. Now it's up to the fans to choose the semi-final matchup. You heard me and Michael argue about it, but who do you guys want to see? That's what really matters.
Let's go to Dom Lau to announce our winner. Will it be Sohi Ham or will it be Zaanbo Anga?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 calls this contest in favor of the blue corner. Judge number 2 calls this contest in favor of the red corner. And judge number 3 calls this contest in favor of your winner by split decision from the blue corner, Sohi Ham.
Well, there we have a split decision, and it went to Sohi Ham. So perhaps that alternate contest that we had may not come into play after all, because it looks like all 4 women are fit and healthy and should be able to take their place in the semi-finals. So we have 4 women there. Who will face whom? It's all up to you. Itsuki Hirata, Ritu Fogard, Sohi Ham, Stamp Fairtex. You decide. WhatFC.com/vote. Michelle